Armored Core 6 has just been massively disrespected by the Game Awards. I said it, because it's a fact. I'm not delusional, I'm not huffing copium. I know very well that it barely had a chance at being nominated for Game of the Year, but it got completely omitted of very obvious categories where it should have been a nominee. Let's start with the biggest offender, Best Score and Music. Take a look at the nominees.
For Best Score and Music, the nominees are Alan Wake 2, composer Petri Alanko; Baldur's Gate 3, composer Borislav Slavov; Final Fantasy XVI, composer Masayoshi Soken; Hi-Fi Rush, audio director Shuichi Kobori; and The Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom, composed by Nintendo Sound Team.
Now, don't get me wrong, Zelda has produced one of the best video game music in existence, but Tears of the Kingdom ain't it. Besides the trailer music that was pretty awesome, there isn't really a wow moment that I can recall when playing the game. Armored Core 6, on the other hand, has a lot of these wow moments with the music. Now listen to this for a moment. I think I made my point. That track is called Echoes of Coral from the official Armored Core 6 soundtrack, and it is beautiful. The vocalizing, the synths is absolutely unreal. I'm a musician myself, and that song really hit a nerve. It is so fantastic. Just for the track alone, it should definitely have been nominated for Score of the Year. And then there's so many other tracks in the official soundtrack that are just as good. I could name quite a few, but for now I'll just play Resolve in the background, which is a track that activates in the main menu once you reach a certain point of the story. Beautiful piano, very simple chord progression, but it sounds just fantastic. Personally, I think that From Software got robbed of the opportunity of getting yet another trophy that they deserved. This soundtrack deserved to at least be nominated, if not be the winner of this year. Now let's take a look at another category that, in my opinion, overlooked Armored Core 6.
This year's nominees are Alan Wake 2, Baldur's Gate 3, Marvel's Spider-Man 2, Super Mario Bros. Wonder, and The Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom.
The director for Armored Core 6 is Masaru Yamamura, and he pulled off something that is pretty difficult to do. He managed to resurrect a dormant franchise that hasn't had an entry in over a decade, and it was well received and became one of From Software's best-selling game. Now, I'm not downplaying the other directors, especially for Baldur's Gate 3, who has incredible integrity and they have been communicating updates with the fans on a very steady basis. I'm also commending Mario Wonder's director because they really changed the game when it comes to 2D platformers. They really pushed the envelope into something I didn't think was possible. Every level felt so unique, so that was a huge accomplishment. But with games like Spider-Man and Tears of the Kingdom, they are direct sequels. I mean, those games were going to be successful no matter what, especially with the huge manpower associated with them. So I think Armored Core 6 definitely deserved the spot for Best Director, but it's not as egregious as not being nominated for the Best Music. Now, there's a couple other nominations that I think it could have earned, but I guess that's a question of opinion, like sound design. But my main issue was specifically with the music, because I think that is completely overlooking what Armored Core 6 brought to the table. Now, while you're here, in conclusion, I just want to play the nominations for Game of the Year, which has 6 nominees this year. and I want to give you my thoughts on who I believe should win.
Alan Wake 2, developed by Remedy Entertainment. Baldur's Gate 3 from Larian Studios. Marvel's Spider-Man 2 from Insomniac Games. Resident Evil 4 from Capcom. Super Mario Bros. Wonder from Nintendo. And The Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom from Nintendo.
So unfortunately, I haven't played Alan Wake 2 and I haven't played Baldur's Gate 3. That's just not my type of games, so I can't speak on those. But I'll speak about those that I have played, which is all the other ones. Now, Spider-Man 2 deserves to be there. It did push the genre further by, spoiler alert, controlling different types of characters, the new abilities. I don't think it deserves to win, but it definitely has earned its spot there. Now, Resident Evil 4 did earn its spot. It had great reviews, people enjoyed it. I'm not too much of a fan of the horror genre, but it's still very good. Now, the last two are Nintendo games, and I feel, like I said before, that Mario Wonder really elevated the whole 2D platformer experience. I feel like out of all the nominees there, because, I haven't played two of them, but Mario Wonder should win. Tears of the Kingdom did very good too. There was a lot of concern that it wouldn't be able to expand enough on the first game, especially since they're reusing the same map. But by adding in the crafting system, the vehicles, as well as the underground and the sky areas, I think they did a really good job at making a proper sequel. Now, is it Game of the Year? I don't think so. I don't think it deserves it. I would lean more towards Mario Wonder because for what it was, which was a 2D platformer, it was excelling in every single aspect. And when you really think about it, I think Armored Core could have been nominated. I think some people fail to distinguish the popularity of the genre versus the quality of the game. I mean, on the nominees, we have two horror games, Resident Evil and Alan Wake 2. And they're very good, but Armored Core 6 really excelled at what it was trying to deliver, which is an action-packed mech game. So I still believe it could have been nominated. It kind of should, in my opinion, but that's my personal opinion. But objectively, the fact that it wasn't nominated for Best Music is a complete farce. At the end of the day, these shows, they're marketing tools. I'm not saying they're rigged, but the entire point is to market the games and sell more games. So I don't know what went on over there, but it is what it is. Let me know what you think about all this in the comment section. Now, I do apologize, this video kind of comes off as a rant, and that's pretty much what it is. But as a musician, this whole thing with Armored Core 6 and the soundtrack, it's kind of a tragedy. So anyways, thanks for watching, everybody. I'm sure you guys are looking forward to December 7th to watch the Game Awards and see what games are announced. And obviously, the Elden Ring DLC will be announced there. Hopefully, we have gameplay and a release date. I'm pretty sure it's going to happen at this point. So thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you guys on the next one.